All right, where the art started. The first time I ever remember painting was at my parent house, boy. And I remember one of our other cousins was over, Terrence, and he was drawing and stuff. He was drawing different pictures of like inmates in a cell or something, like in jail, like reading magazines, and you could see the guard down the hall and everything. It was very detailed. It was on bunk beds and they had one toilet that they shared. And I remember him drawing that, and I was like, let me try and draw it. And I drew it, and he was like, you good at drawing? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep on drawing. That's my first time I ever remember like drawing, but that was somebody else's drawings. And then in class, they would have other kids drawing Michael Jordan tennis shoes and stuff. And I remember Michael Jordan tennis shoes was one of my first drawings because I wanted a pair of Michael Jordan tennis shoes, but I couldn't afford them. So we would draw them. I fell in love with art since the first day I started drawing. I feel butterflies in my stomach. I feel all happy and stuff once I started drawing. So I knew that's what I loved as soon as I started drawing. And then another thing I noticed when I was drawing, maybe at age 11, I would be drawing and my mom would be like, all right, here's your dinner. And she'll bring me my dinner, my Coke in a glass with the ice in it. And then I'll look over after drawing and what I would think was probably a few minutes passing, it'd be like hours passing. I look over at the drink, and the only way I know so many hours passed is the drink would be completely watered down. All the ice would be melted. And I'd be like, it's impossible for the ice to have melted in a few minutes. And I didn't know hours passed by. And I don't think about food or nothing. I just keep on drawing. So that's how I knew I loved it. Like when you get those type of moments and emotions or drive towards something. My love of being here in New Orleans, I love it because the architecture is like real authentic. It's not cookie cutter. It's real rich in tradition, music. Like you could look anywhere and see like a building just carved differently that an artist put his hands in. It's not like a regular contractor building something. Yeah, artists designing and building things back then. So all that have an influence on an artist, especially an artist like myself that's receptive to everything around them, like the smell of the city, the sounds, everything, even the feeling of the city, the vibration, all the people and stuff. So that's why I love New Orleans. And the art, as far as the artists around me, the gallery art is different. It's like they're accomplished, the ones that I'm around. I'm the youngest one in my gallery. And a lot of those guys are accomplished. They've been, they had their set styles and stuff. But I really get a lot of energy from most of the artists that's on Jackson Square because they're always trying new stuff and they kind of raw. And they always give me energy just being around other artists. And the artist that gave me the most energy was, his name was Lionel Milton. When I saw his work and the way he was using his colors, he had so many similarities to the colors I was using, the palette he was using. I knew I could be successful by doing what I was doing. Even though it wasn't exactly the same style, I knew, well, this is a brother that made it doing this, so what I'm thinking is real because he didn't buy them into what I think I can have by doing this. So that's the artist that most inspired me. And I like Terrence Osborne work now too because all the colors and stuff. The inspiration for some of the artwork that I do, maybe be like architecture, like the architecture, I could pull that in. Or maybe some of the women passing by in a nice dress. It'd be colored a certain way, and I could be like, I could use that color on something, those patterns, and that can inspire a whole nother painting. The mediums that I like to use now are acrylic on canvas because it's easy to wash off my hands. It's like non-toxic. You can paint a painting, it'd be dry in 15 minutes. So I like working with acrylic paint. But before then, I was working with oils on raw canvas. Before I knew you had to prime the canvas, I used to just paint on sheets and didn't know the difference between sheets and canvas. So I was painting oil paintings on sheets, like old sheets of pieces of material my mama I have stored away in her closet because she used to sew. So I grab all her old linens and sheets and fabrics and paint on them. I just noticed artists painting from start to finish, and I was like, wow, this guy's doing an oil painting on a prime canvas. And I tried and it came out horrible. My best paintings were on raw canvas or oil paintings, even though it'll deteriorate very fast because the toxins in the paint corrode the fabrics and make it disintegrate after a certain amount of time. But I just didn't know. And then when I found out, I was like, by then I was painting with acrylics. So it just, and even if I went back to oils, I paint on raw canvas again, because that's where my best works come from, when I paint in that fashion. The things that I display in the French Quarter, as far as my jazz paintings and stuff, the jazz paintings, I developed that around the time I wanted to become a professional painter. I was in Chicago visiting galleries and stuff. At the time I was in a long distance relationship. And the girl I was dating, Angela, she knew a gallery owner. This guy, he was responsible for framing things and things like that. So he had all these works of art around. So I showed him my portfolio, a few paintings, and he was like, nah, you gotta paint something people want to put in their living room. And I was like, okay, I'll paint stuff people want to put in their living room. Good friends with Lionel Milburn, we became good friends. And he influenced me and stuff. He's always good, positive energy. And Terrence Osborne, he had the best-selling Jazz Fest poster ever, the best-selling Congo Square poster ever. Whenever I see somebody come with something, I'll be like, oh, I gotta step my game up. He came with it. I think that for a second. And then usually I just go back into doing what I'm doing, because I don't be too much worried about it or whatever. I don't look at it as competition. Most artists look at it as a competition, but I don't. I'm my own competition. I gotta challenge myself. Highlight moments of working in the French Quarters. Well, you're on a national stage, worldwide stage, because people come from everywhere. So they see you and you get to sell stuff to people all around the world. The best thing that happened out of selling in the French Quarters is just had my stand set up outside in front of my gallery. And one day this guy saw my work that worked for the National Park. And he was like, we need to choose an artist who can represent New Orleans on the White House Christmas tree. I said, in what way? He said, by painting like jazz, your style of painting on a Christmas ball. And I thought to myself, like, they have so many different artists that paint jazz-themed paintings. Can't believe this guy picking me. And they picked me to go to the White House to represent, New Orleans and that national park on the Christmas tree. So I painted the bulb, we milled it, and then I went and had a luncheon at the White House with the Bush administration where Laura Bush spoke to us. President Bush wasn't there because he had to take care of something. But that was one of the biggest moments doing that. My Instagram follows. That's the new wave. I'm trying to get this Instagram thing down packed and try and use it to pump my art and put my art in more homes and put visuals of my art in more people's hands. It's like, I like Instagram. Use hashtags and people get to see your stuff. And I give out free posters. Anybody that follow me on Instagram, I like Instagram. It's like an ongoing conversation that you don't have to have. It's like you're constantly engaging with your followers. So I like it. And they could ask questions and I answer questions. They're in the studio with me while I'm painting. They get to see that. They get to see what an artist like myself go through. Reggie Art. Simple. My name's Reggie and I make art. So I made my name into Reggie Art. REGGIEART. Our website is reggieart.com.